I'll even take your Winston if you got one.
Got you before you were ready.
Don't touch his junk rat.
Yeah, my son would hate you for that. Hello, everybody.
Is this thing on?
Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. With me, as always, Cyborg Mark. How are you, my friend?
Good.
Ryan, what nickname do we have for you?
The guy that barely shows up.
Guy that barely shows up, or the guy that doesn't want to read said thing.
Yeah, I ain't watching
or
that.
Watch.
That's what you changed my name to.
We changed his name in
the
the group chat to I'm not watching that.
To be fair, you can't blame me.
I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, I can.
Well, you can, but you'd be wrong too.
Guilty.
You think I'm guilty of that?
No, he's guilty.
And after this week, you guys are really gonna hate me.
Oh, no, we're not going to hate you.
I might have to sit outside from podcasts from now on.
Your opinion's your own, man. Spoiler alert, Ryan didn't like WandaVision.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like it.
Oh, what was it then? I'll give you the
we'll
chance.
Discuss it when we get there.
Wow. Okay. And there we go. You know who else wants to discuss it when they get there? Ford Supply Company. I just handed it to Mark. He's looking at me like,
Oh, my God.
No. This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical teakwood, citrus IPA, cypress pine, transient road scum, blood spurt, butt nickel, and so many more. Visit their website at FordSupply.com to order online and use promo code ALTEREGO to get 10% off your order. Ford Soap. Real soap. No bullshit.
And follow them on the gram.
And to follow them on Instagram.
You know what else isn't bullshit?
And Facebook. What?
The additions of beard oil and beard balm to the collection.
I actually got some of their beard oil, and I still use it. Not beard oil, beard balm.
You got the free preview.
I got to get some of that oil. I got to talk to my Ford Supply guy.
Supply guy.
Yeah. You know who else needs to talk to their supply guy?
Tony Anello's?
You.
Oh. Do I?
Yeah.
For what?
For when you take somebody out to Tony Anello's. Southern Italian cuisine and grill is a hidden gem that's family-owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway, South Tierra Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out tonyanellos.edu.
Oh, they're teaching people
it's
now.
.com. It's .com. They'll teach you about some Italian food.
You'll
learn
today.
real quick. You're going to learn today.
Learn about that cannelloni.
Yeah.
We're overdue for some Tony Anellos.
Yeah, we are. We are overdue.
Did you guys end up going there for Valentine's Day?
Yes, we did, actually. It
Ah.
was fantastic. We were idiots and didn't make a reservation.
I have a feeling you didn't need a reservation.
Oh, we did, actually.
Oh,
It was quite the scene. A lot of people there. Quite delicious. But yeah.
You got that VIP status, man. How are you not getting in there?
No, I got the VIP status, but we were able to get a table, and it was super crowded, but it wasn't our normal walk-in, sit-down, right? Like, there was a line, there's a bunch of people. But either way, thank you so much to Tony Anello's, Laura, Nello, Tony, for accommodating us as always. And I think I had something new. No, here's what happened. I tried to order something new, and I just said, give me a small portion.
You reverted back.
Well, I said, give me a small portion. I don't really want to go crazy on the pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, yeah, okay. And they apparently wrote my name on the ticket. And Nella was not having that. He's like, oh, small portion, so one box? Got it. And I don't know how. So that's one thing I want to know. I want to get into his kitchen, right? How does he make all that pasta and it's all perfect? You know? Like,
it's an art form.
It is. He's got to know exactly what he's doing, clearly. Because if I make pasta, some of it might be a little chewy. Some of it might be on the undercooked side. I don't know. If I made that much of it, I feel like I'd F some of it up. I don't know. Pasta's pretty easy, but he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah. It's in the bloodline.
Yes, it is in the bloodline. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Little news roundup here for your Monday. How's everybody doing? Good? Good.
Still good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm great.
We miss Megan. She'll be back with us sooner than later.
She left us.
But no, she did not leave us.
She found a better family.
The fort is being held down currently.
She's starting her own podcast.
That's right. Don't say that because people will say, like, oh, forget Alter Ego.
We're going to Megan's podcast. Megan, come back. We need the viewership.
Yeah. So let's go into a little bit of news.
Somebody's got to do some research.
Yeah, right. It's her. She
it's
comes
always
in
her.
with pages and pages, and we're like, we love you.
His costume is red.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Got the magic hammer. He throws the, I don't know.
I mean, I'll open up the Google and I'll glance
That's
at
what we
it for
do.
a second.
Stephen Strange, he does spells, whatever, I don't know.
Wispy magic.
Captain America, he throws his shield, whatever, I don't know.
How's it work? Mm-hmm.
He's Black Panther, he wears a black suit, he looks like a panther, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Iron Man, I don't know, he's Iron Man, I don't know.
And that's what you come here
What
for.
else you got?
The facts.
Daredevil, I don't know, he wears red, he's Daredevil, I don't know.
I think he's blind. I don't know.
He's blind, I don't know.
It's a hell of an assumption. I think he's blind.
What's up with Hawkeye? He shoots arrows, I don't know. It's cool, he wears purple.
Does he have a hawk? I don't think so.
Don't think he has a hawk. Pretty sure he doesn't.
That's Falcon.
Yeah.
And he's got
That's
large
Falcon.
talons.
I don't know.
We need a Falcon Hawkeye team up.
There we go.
The Bird Boys.
The Bird Boys.
Bird Squad.
And, he just
Call him the
shoots
flock.
Falcon. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Wow. What other bird superheroes are serial killers?
Isn't there a Birdman too?
There's Vulture.
No. Vulture. Okay,
Yeah, we can reform him.
Okay, yeah, we reformed Vulture. There's no eagle.
No, there should be.
Yeah.
New character.
What
the
if somebody was
bald eagle.
like, I'm the pelican?
He just scoops up
And he just
villains
has like
in
that
his
big
gullet.
fat under chin. That's all he has.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
pellets are creepy looking. I do not like pelicans.
Yeah. He just
The
face
pigeon.
His superpower is he can face plant into the water, come up with a fish.
That's how he catches villains. They're
The
just
one
swimming
time,
away.
yeah, the one time Doctor Doom shows up and Pelican Man just
Archangel, maybe? Does he count?
Oh,
He's got wings.
okay,
He's got
okay.
wings. Throw him in there.
yeah. Well, geez, we're not counting all the flyers. That's way too many to count.
Trying to think of anybody else bird themed.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Is there Pigeon Man?
Pigeon.
There's Squirrel Girl, but there's no Pigeon Man.
Yeah.
I know
She
there
needs
is
a
a
love interest.
superhero called the Walrus. I don't want to get into it.
Now we're just getting into animals.
Now
in
we're just
general.
being stupid.
We're being silly.
Then we get Wolverine and Black Panther, and our list is stupid now.
Yeah, cheetah.
Wrong universe.
Oh.
Okay, so we're talking about a little bit more news. Last week we talked about Aliens Fire Team a little bit, and the more I look at it and the more I see it, it's starting to look more and more like Left 4 Dead, like we talked about. They released the 6 different types of xenomorphs that you can run into in this game. And I did post it to our Facebook with all the pictures of them as well, so be sure to check it out. Got it off of IGN. Didn't get it exclusively or anything like that, but I figured it would be cool to talk about. And the first one, like we talked about the Boomer from Left 4 Dead where he blows up and, tracks stuff. The first one is a burster. Right? I'm like, oh, cool. Well,
You guys nailed it.
So here it is. But this is a little bit different, but not really. When they're slain, their bodies explode into lethal pools of acid. The species they gestate within is not yet known, but likely indigenous to Redacted. Ooh, spooky.
Where's Redacted?
Yeah, where is Redacted?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think you
I don't
know.
know.
I think you know.
Okay.
Classified.
The next one, which I don't know why this is the second one, but drones, which are your typical xenomorphs. The iconic ones that you've
I was
seen
imagining little tiny drones flying around with xenomorph heads.
Drones are opportunistic hunters known for their ability to navigate air shafts seemingly too small for them. Well, come on. They're little skinny little dudes. I like how that's their specialty. This outer space alien that is a lethal killer is really good at air shafts.
It's very diehard.
Yeah. This apex predator sticks to your ventilation system.
John McClane versus
His only
the aliens.
his only weakness is an HVAC technician.
Hey, let's get together. We'll have a few words.
The next one is Praetorians. Praetorians are extraordinarily difficult to kill with a bulletproof armored headplate used for ramming charges.
Nice.
So, okay, that one's going to ram you when you're in with your group.
No, you don't know that.
So you just know that when one of those shows up, you've got to fan out, and whoever that alien decides to pick on, you've got to help them out and just obliterate this thing from the side. Sorry, I don't mean to teach strategy here.
You better be a tank. Step in front of that.
Yeah. Depending on your class, which they didn't post anything about the classes yet, I don't think. Prowlers. Oh, my gosh. Prowlers prefer to leap on top of their prey from close range, knocking them to the ground to be clawed or bitten.
Guarantee they're going to come in on a ceiling, too.
Yeah. What is it? They're just going to jump on top of you, knock you down, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. Your friends are going to have to get you off. That's pretty much it. Runners. Ooh. Runners are pack hunters, preferring to attack in large groups who charge in at high speed to swipe prey with their claws. Not cutting words. They're not going to come in and go, wouldn't have worn that shirt with those pants.
I like how these all sound like development names. Like, which alien is that? That's the runner.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the finalized name, but it is.
And then you get these guys that are like video game producers, and they get them in front of a camera for the second time in their life to talk to the crowd, and they mean to sound excited. And they're like, and we're talking about this one. This one's called the Runner. And now, what's really cool about him, do I sound like that guy already?
A little bit.
Anyway, moving on.
They run real fast.
Up next, and this one really doesn't sound like that, Spitters. What do you think they do?
Another development name.
Yeah. Though they have vicious claws and teeth, Spitters dispatch most foes by projecting streams of powerful acid from glands inside their mouths. We knew that.
Is the next one Boss Alien?
There is no next one, but I was actually kind of disappointed not to see a queen.
Yeah.
But I have a
gonna
feeling
be a
the queen is going to be,
Has to
your
be.
final boss.
He has to be.
He has to be. It's gotta be. Sure, okay. Okay, moving on, shall we? Michael B. Jordan has announced he's going to direct Creed 3.
Nice.
I never
So,
saw them.
I heard they're actually good. I haven't seen them, though.
I haven't seen anything after Rocky 2.
It's weird because
Is that the one where he goes the distance?
That's the one where he finally fights Apollo Creed and beats him.
I don't remember the Rocky movies too well. They all
So
kind of
Rocky,
blend together.
he does
To
an
be honest.
expedition against Apollo. Apollo doesn't take him seriously, and it's an exhibition, so the fight just goes the distance, and they're really surprised. The second one, they bring Rocky in. Apollo takes him seriously, and Rocky ends up beating him in an actual title fight.
And that's Mr. T, right?
No, that's Clubber Lane. That's Rocky 4. I don't know.
Where's Mr. T at? Rocky 4?
Yeah.
3 is
'Cause
Ivan Drago.
Drago, where Apollo Creed is killed.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
So he says it.
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Big fan of the show, Dolph. We love you, buddy. I saw one that I've got to go back to because I'm super excited about it.
What's that?
I'm not going to go to it yet, Mark.
Oh,
I'm going to come
okay.
back to it after
He said,
the
I'm
other
gonna
stuff.
go to it. I thought it was present
I'm
tense.
going to go back to it. Canada. What's filming? Season 3's The Boys. Amazon series The Boys is filming in Canada right now.
Where did they film before? Was it Canada?
I don't think it was Canada, no.
Hmm.
It's probably in Atlanta. Everything's filmed in Atlanta now.
Yeah, I know.
Atlanta and L.A.
I hope to see Wayne in
Yeah.
dairy appearance.
Wine? Wine? What are you doing, wine?
Oh, not so bad in you.
Oh, I love that show so much.
It really is a good show.
Everybody
Okay,
watch Letterkenny
here's
on
something
Hulu.
that's not going to surprise anybody ever. Disney Plus has already surpassed 100 million subscribers in under 2 years.
That is crazy.
I don't believe you.
No, that was pretty much their plan.
Yeah.
They did it, people.
To take over?
They did it, people.
Yeah.
So you only pay $7.99 for it.
Well,
I mean,
and here's the thing,
compared
too.
to
It's,
the $18 or whatever it is for fucking Netflix.
yeah.
Well, Netflix keeps going up because they understand that they're winning, and so what they've done. Well, I don't know
Are
if their
they?
days are numbered anymore.
yeah. I
But-
think that gap is getting smaller by the day.
They've started to kick up their subscription prices, and Disney Plus is doing the same thing.
Oh, they're going to do it in
Because-
about 2 years, yeah.
Because no, it's already done. They've already sent us an email saying, by the way, your
was
subscription
$1,
is going
right?
up. Something minimal.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it'd end up being $10
Well, I
by
mean,
3 years.
something significant in a couple of years. is
But-
what
Possibly.
It might just be me, but my Netflix app has not been opened in like 2 months.
I
Really?
use it sparingly, to be
'Cause
quite
I got-
honest.
I got Peacock, I got Hulu, and I have Disney
Bro,
Plus,
let me
and
get
that
that
pretty
Peacock.
much
Yeah, Hulu
takes over everything.
Hulu is starting to slowly drip away from Netflix. It has a few shows that I still like food shows and stuff, like the Chef Show with John Favreau
Oh yeah.
Watch that on Hulu.
and Roy Choi is the chef that he does all that stuff with. I watched that show.
My mom does
religiously.
too.
Yeah, it's good. It looks so good, and the beautiful thing about that show, which I hope more and more shows start adopting, is that it's more relatable to the common person out there in the world, right? Like one of the first episodes, they make something and they go, "This sucks. We messed it up. We screwed up," and I'm like, "Finally,
Somebody said it.
finally!"
Yeah.
It's not one of these pro chefs to go, and it's going to come out perfectly, just like this every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Follow my directions.
Nothing
buy my
makes me more
cookbook.
angry when it's like, oh, we're going to do some really easy ingredients that everybody can do. So first thing we're going to do is take the canines of a baby seal. We're going to grind those down.
Oh, I
It's
got
like,
that in the fridge.
Wait, what? What we're going to take is the gooch of a lioness, and we're going to pan fry that really quick. You can get this at any local butcher. What?
Mhm.
I remember. Okay, so I remember once. I haven't been cooking for long. I've only been like really trying to cook for about 3 years. And I remember I made one recipe, and I went and bought all the shit for it. And it was super. It was like $27 for all the ingredients. I'm like, this is
Right.
ridiculous. But the thing that got me was it called for garlic paste, which was $9 at Publix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh,
Garlic paste?
for one ingredient. I need 9. I can buy garlic for a lot cheaper than this.
Yes.
So I bought it.
Cloves and cloves of garlic and just mince it yourself.
Fast forward a little bit, the recipe did not come out very good. And
Oh,
I was
no.
very mad that I had a whole tube of garlic paste in my fridge after this.
You didn't know what you were going to do with
I'm
it.
like, what the fuck am I going to do with this?
Every time you opened it, there's that garlic paste.
I had to
staring
throw it
you
out
in the
eventually.
face.
I'm like, this has got to go. It's taunting me.
It's time to move on, garlic paste.
What I did, okay, so recently we got Discovery Plus,
Yeah.
which my fiance is a big fan of the Gaines family, Joanna and Chip.
I don't know what that is.
They're
Fixer-upper.
frauds.
I thought she watched.
They are not frauds.
I thought she
dare you,
watched.
good
I thought she watched
Do some
exclusively horror movies.
she's
some
she's
research.
softening.
Oh God. But what I was going to say
I got
about that
Discovery Plus, too.
before we continue is I love the relatable stuff. I want it to be more like that, more transparent. There's another one on there called Somebody Feed Phil, and it's
I've seen the
guy-
ads for that, but I haven't
Dude,
watched it.
he
It's good.
annoys the piss out of me. Just because everything he eats, he does this big surprise look on his face. He goes, oh my God, that's delicious. And it's like, to me, I don't know. He's like, I'm going to India, and I'm going to London, and I'm going here. And every time he goes, yeah, I've been here before. I've done this before. And then there was one where he was in Italy, and this is the straw that broke the camel's back for me, right? He's going into this restaurant that specializes in balsamic vinaigrette. And he's
Okay.
like, I've got this one. It was aged 15 years, and this one was aged 25 years. And they show him tasting it, and he goes, and of course, I had to buy them both. I was like, okay,
Sure.
I'm out of here, man. I've never been to a place and been able to be like, yo, I can buy all this stuff, no matter what. I'm just going to buy this. and
I
be good
don't
with it."
care what it tastes like.
Right. But, no, he tasted it. And, yeah, it's just...
It's like the Simpsons thing
And he
where
goes-
they show the beer.
and he's talking about tourism and people on cruises and how they ruin real tourism and it's not good for the country. And I'm like, yeah, those people can't afford a private plane to get out there, so they go on a cruise because it's affordable.
Yep.
We
wait till
don't
they
have
open
the
back up.
opportunity to say, hey, Netflix, I'm a producer for Everybody Loves Raymond. Send me to Singapore and pay for all my food. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
I'm just like, yeah, dude, sorry. I'm not buying it anymore. He goes, and my good friend, who's somebody extraordinarily famous, who's hooking him up with all kinds of crazy food. And I'm just like, F you, dude. Show me Maddie Matheson eating a catfish or something somewhere, man. I don't know. That's a little weird. But anyway.
You've got me excited about the show, and then immediately I don't want to watch it again.
And your ingredient problem, Jamie Oliver, 5 easy ingredients. Money.
I'm a big Jamie Oliver fan, so
yeah.
We have cooked.
I love
we're having
cooking
his
shows.
pesto burgers tonight, bro. They are amazing.
Oh.
I fucking love them. And everything is literally 5 easy ingredients and something that you will have around your house, more than likely, like maybe olive oil, salt, and pepper. Like, that's what he does. And it's good.
If you've cooked in the United States, typically you've got olive oil and salt and pepper.
Like, he literally, it's 5 ingredients. That's it for everything.
Cool. See, we've been doing HelloFresh, and that is great to me because everything comes packaged up, ready to go. You have all the ingredients in one box.
Nice.
It's
Can you
awesome.
cook it or it's made already?
Oh, no, you cook it. Like, basically, okay, so what we're making tonight is beef bulgogi bowls. It comes with a pounded ground beef. Yes. Jasmine rice, and then cucumbers, carrots, sesame seeds, and then all the spices. So you cook it, but it's just everything's like packaged up and sent over to you.
Here's my wonderful wife speaking because you guys both said what you're having for dinner. She goes,
"Oh, what are you
I'm
having?"
considering getting a pizza and just making that, or we can do chicken and macaroni with buffalo chicken mac again." So what we did was we had these chicken tenders fresh out of the fryer from Publix, and we just put some buffalo sauce on them and put them in mac and cheese. A friend of ours turned it onto that, and we were like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but no, I love Jamie Oliver. Like, those recipes, and they're actually all pretty fucking good.
All right,
like, I honestly haven't ate something that I was like, I don't really care for it. And then there's things that we add stuff to, but it's literally 5 ingredients.
That's cool.
My wife loves it.
I love that, man. Good for you, Jamie Oliver.
You deserve it.
You do, man. I'm going to have to check that out.
Pesto
So I guess we're going to have to
burgers
save the rest of this
for
our food-based podcast. That we're finally start.
Yeah, for sure. Our food-based podcast, it's definitely in the
Can we
works.
make it a food and beer podcast? Because he likes to drink.
Last one
Stop flirting
was
with me, Ryan.
a video game that was announced.
Am I going to know what you're talking about?
I don't know, but it is a kind of a remake, arcade, beat-em-up style of an older game.
It's a street food.
Just so happens to be sitting out there in Rob's living room.
Galaga?
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles.
Say
Shredder's
what?
Revenge. They even dropped a trailer for it. It looks so good.
Does it really?
Coming out on PC, console, little side scroller.
Got a little Switch action on that
Let's
one?
get 4 controllers, baby. Let's rock and
let's
roll.
fucking do it.
You guys will have to decide who you're going to be. Mikey's already taken. Sorry.
Leonardo all day.
There you go. Perfect.
Guess I'm all Raph.
Oh, wow. Donatello in last place.
Oh,
I always feel bad.
The stick,
I always
man.
feel so bad for any turtle that's picked last, right? It's like, oh well, Leonardo. I don't want to pick Leonardo. He's the leader. That's not cool. Or somebody's like, but you know who never gets picked last? Raph. Ever. Somebody always goes, Raphael. Oh, I want to be Raphael.
Rob can be Donatello. He's
Rob
a tech
can
guy.
be whatever turtle he wants, except Michelangelo.
Except for the 3 we picked.
Yeah.
You can be any of the other 1 turtles left.
I want to be Slash.
Should have been here,
That would
Rob.
be pretty dope, actually. Slash is a bad man.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I like Leatherhead, too.
Ooh.
Leatherhead was a badass. They have such iconic villains, right? Baxter Stockman, Bebop, Rocksteady.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, they're all featured in the commercial.
Nice.
And
you tied it all back together.
So is Mr. Shredder.
Fun fact, when I go get my dogs, buy 2 new ones, Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be their names.
Really?
Yep.
You're planning on 2 dogs at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of craziness is that?
But
Bro, I used to have 3. Like, come on.
Did you buy them all together?
No. A couple years apart.
But who buys 2 dogs at the same time?
This guy
Jesus, man.
What kind of dogs are they?
that I'm going to buy.
Hypothetically.
I don't know.
Are you
looking into,
rescuing or buying?
People are going to be triggered, but I'm buying.
We bought our dogs.
Sounds pricey.
Dogo and a Frenchie, more than likely.
Nice. Dogo Argentino?
Yeah.
Well, there's your Rocksteady.
Well,
Yep.
my parents are shopping for a Frenchie right now, and the cheapest one they found was about $4,000.
Those are expensive dogs.
Yes,
yeah.
they are.
I say that because we own English bulldogs. They're not cheap dogs.
I know what's
However,
around it, though.
my bear boy, I'm sorry, Denny, but Bear is the best dog I've ever owned in my life. Listens.
He's solid.
He's a good boy.
I'm not gonna lie though, I love Denny more.
Yeah, well, she's affectionate,
She's
unlike
so
myself.
I got 2 $75 junk dogs at my house.
Attaboy.
From the pound.
There you
One
go.
of
I
mine,
love them dogs.
Yeah.
one of mine is adopted.
What's
but
not to love?
the other one?
The fact that they were $75 is the first thing to start with.
That's the first thing that you love, right?
No, but
No, all the dogs out there deserve love. I definitely think go adopt, or if you want to buy one, whatever.
who gives a shit? Give it a home.
Your dog.
Whatever floats your boat.
Buy 3 at one time if you want. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, buy 3 if you
Never
want.
doing that again.
So, I think, by the time this airs, on the 19th, we get Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen all the promo trailers they've dropped recently?
I stopped watching them because I'm like, I just want to save it. I just want to savor it.
I'm a spoiler boy.
I
You
know
that. I've got to look at it.
I stopped at the Super Bowl one. I'm like, that's it.
There's the back and forth between those two is just outstanding.
So,
I was honestly thinking about maybe not even watching this after the whole.
fucking
WandaVision,
relax.
but-
No, that's fine. Yeah, we're used to it at this point.
Yeah.
You've heard us too much already. Okay. Did we announce all the Bethesda properties that are going to be joining?
I've heard things and stuff and things.
Yeah, they've already come out with 20 games that are be coming out on the Xbox from Bethesda. I don't
That is
know.
nepotism.
Yeah, I don't care, dude. Dishonored 1 and 2 is coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, and I don't know what this last one is. There's 3 icons. What are the icons? Oh, mobile. Wow. Coming out on PC, console, and mobile. So that's going to be
Coming out on everything but PlayStation.
Dishonored coming out on mobile and all 3 platforms. Dishonored 2 coming out on all 3 platforms. All the Doom games in the entire series coming out on all 3 platforms.
Nice.
Fallout New Vegas going to just be on the consoles. Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Steel Dawn are both going to be on all 3 consoles. A game called Prey that I've never seen is on all 3.
What? You've never heard of Prey?
Nope, sure haven't.
Wow.
Rage 2 is going to be on all 3. Morrowind and Oblivion, for all you Elder Scrolls fans out there, are both coming to PC and Xbox. Same with Elder Scrolls Online. The Evil Within is coming out to all 3. Wolfenstein is coming out to all 3 as well. The old Blood. Oh wait, is that? Yeah, these are all 3. Looks like Wolfenstein properties. I could be wrong. The Old Blood, I don't know what that one is, but Wolfenstein Youngblood is coming out to that one as well.
So were a lot of these just never on Xbox before? Is that what this is?
Some of them, well, I know Skyrim is definitely on Xbox.
And Wolfenstein is.
Dishonored's on Xbox too.
And Doom is on there as well.
So is this like a weird, like, why are they announcing that it's going to be on a system that it's already on?
Because this is going to be the shit that you can get.
They might be exclusive going forward.
And
they have said some properties coming out from Bethesda will be Xbox only.
That's got to be the plan.
And if Elder Scrolls comes out with another game in the series, like when they came out with Skyrim, if they come out with a Skyrim style game that's exclusive to Xbox, people will make the jump. That's just a fact.
Damn you, Bill Gates.
Damn you, William Gates. I had another piece that I was talking about. Let's get into a little bit of WandaVision, shall we? Now that the series is over.
Let's dip our toes in.
Let's come up with some positives and some negatives, because there were definitely
Are there
both.
positives in that?
Oh,
Jesus. It was
Jesus.
positive when the credits roll.
We're going to get into some spoiler territory as well, if you haven't seen the entire
all
series.
Spoilers for all episodes.
Yeah, some bigger things that have happened. If you've listened to episodes so far, I mean, we talk pretty freely about these shows.
They may have hopped out at that point, but
yeah. But, hey, this is your warning.
Pause it, go watch it, come back.
Mm-hmm. Go watch it, come back. That's right.
We'll wait.
Pause it, go watch the entire
Or
series
go sit in the
and come
living
back.
room like I did last week, covering my ears. So I couldn't hear you guys. And then I was like, I should just listen, because there wasn't.
So I know going into this, Ryan's going to have a lot of hate for this, because I can tell just by his
No, honestly,
posture.
I don't
Back to
have
he
a
was
lot
vocal
of
about
hate.
it?
I have things I didn't like about it, but I have a lot that I did like about it. More so than I didn't.
Same.
So where do we want to start with this? Do we want to do good, bad, and ugly? Do we want to do individual ideas?
No, let's do good, bad, and ugly. I like that. Let's talk about the good first.
The acting on this show.
Very good.
The main two characters. Woo. Woo. Some chops.
Just how unique the entire series was.
I loved it.
That's one thing.
It started super unique, and then it faded slowly into the typical, prototypical Marvel kind of thing towards the end.
Yeah, kind of.
But I loved the ride.
Yeah,
I did.
For sure. Acting was definitely good, especially the title characters.
Those two were on top of
Paul
it the whole
Bettany,
time.
Elizabeth Olsen, and Kathryn Hahn.
Kathryn Hahn.
They're just fantastic.
America's New Love.
There wasn't a big, presence in this show that I was like, I don't like this person.
Yeah.
I really don't dig this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd definitely say that's good. The setup for Future was really good.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm trying to remember. Agent.
Yeah.
Agent Wu. He
I think
was.
so.
Amazing.
See,
Yeah.
That's where
Randall Park.
This is where I don't like it. Is the future?
You don't like the future of it, the future ideas?
No.
Okay. Let's get into the bad. What did you think was bad?
I only have one real complaint about this show.
Mm-hmm.
That they teased us with the X-Men crossover and then took it away from us. That is, I would have rather seen, if you're not going to make him an like a cross-dimensional, he's the actual Quicksilver from the X-Men universe, just make him Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
He should have just been Aaron Taylor Johnson the whole time. Don't give us this false hope for a crossover and then take it away from us.
Yeah.
That is my only complaint about this show.
And they were saying that, it wasn't a bait and switch. It wasn't meant to be that. And I'm like, well, it's kind of what it feels like.
They wanted that moment, but it would have been...
Which they got.
Yeah.
Which they got. Because I remember everybody that I knew that watched that show, as soon as that happened, was like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Because they gave us the impression that this was going to be a big, game-changing series, which it wasn't. It was a little bit.
He was the guy who played Quicksilver on the X-Men.
Yes.
Okay, that's why he looked familiar.
Yes. So that was the idea. It's like, oh my God, it's the guy from the X-Men universe. The mutants are here, and there's an interdimensional door, and all these people, everybody, including myself, like our minds just opened with all the possibilities of it all. But it was nothing. It was Ralph Boner was his name.
Ralph Boner.
And I'm like, oh, they're just kind of giving us the middle finger and a chuckle with the name Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
So that was my only complaint, because don't give us the impression that mutants are here when they're not.
See, mine kind of goes a little further than that, too. My complaint is them showing her parents and then one of them not being Magneto.
Yeah.
So it kind of...
Well, I don't think that was ever going to happen.
Damns my dreams.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, then how do you have the Skull? Why do you even carry this? Like, to be quite honest, I don't think I really even care too much more about what happens next in the MCU. Like, the only thing I'm looking forward to now is Spider-Man.
Well, you're also somebody who didn't like Endgame or Infinity War.
Trash. I loved Infinity War. I didn't like Endgame. Game was trash.
I mean, hey,
Save it for the
in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, and that's fine. You're entitled to that.
But
I think this the season finale had all good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, it was a real roller coaster ride. Because we talked about it beforehand, and it kind of played out the way I was hoping it wasn't, but had a feeling it was going to, because of it's the safe Marvel way to go.
Yeah.
It was two guys in the sky shooting each other with the same exact powers, and there was two people on the ground shooting each other with the same exact powers. So it's just like, oh, this is just that prototypical... Because the show was so different to start off with, and then it ended in that, that Marvel planned out exact blueprint that they used for everything.
My challenge with it was, at the end, what did the series accomplish?
Nothing.
See, there it goes. That's kind of why.
Here's the thing. Nothing changed. Well, a very small thing changed.
Yeah.
And that was it.
People were upset with Wanda, but what I kind of gathered myself is, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You're mad at Wanda. Okay. Now what?
See,
No,
Okay.
I felt like
So
it went on for no reason.
So she kept this whole town hostage for all that time, for like 2 weeks, which I think it was the span of the show, was about 2 weeks. And she just walked away. And Monica Rambeau's just like, they'll never know what you gave up.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't fucking matter because you held them hostage. So
Yeah.
why is... So they should have just went full bad guy with Wanda. I want to see Wanda as the next big bad in the universe because she unlocks all these powers.
And see,
but they won't have the balls to do it.
yeah, and Agatha Harkness is actually a mentor to her who teaches her.
Yeah.
So instead of the duel, if they would have done something different there where she kind of takes her under her wing and is like, hey, I'm going to show you some things, might have liked that a little better.
Yeah.
Versus let's have that.
Which I think that might be where it's going. She's going to kind of pull her out as a mentor when she needs her, like unsnap her and then snap her back in.
I don't think she's going to snap her back in.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
she's going to embrace maybe that mentor role. But I do think Wanda has realized how truly powerful she really is.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
think she is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But before we do that, we do our little overall comments, let's get into the ugly. What did you think was ugly about this series?
I kind of covered all of it in the bad. I mean,
Yeah.
there was nothing real ugly about this show.
To me, Darcy's story arc was ugly.
Yeah.
I
I love
loved
that she
her.
was there.
Thought she was great, happy she was there. She goes into the hex, and then all she does is get in the bus and run into the director at the end. How she just happened to be there and happened to know he was in that truck. I'm just like, this is a little ham-handed for me.
I'm happy to see Kat Dennings back in this universe.
Me too.
Put her in
Kat.
some secret invasion, which they have coming up with Nick Fury. Put her in that.
There are some rumors that COVID-19 is a reason why she was kind of abruptly cut out of that.
Okay. So it could have been her own personal wants and needs that kind of interfered with all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much of a big of a part would she really have had in that?
I mean, I think it was proportionate. I'm glad she's
Series.
back because she was in 1 and 2, Thor 1, Thor 2, and then just disappeared. And I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. That character was just cut loose, especially since I've watched Thor: The Dark World recently, and I'm like, I hate that this is just where it left off. Like, she never came back.
She didn't come back, and it made me sad, too, because I loved her in Two Broke Girls. So ever since then, she's been, like, one of my actresses that I actually like to watch and things.
And while I did love Agatha Harkness, like, the way she was introduced in comics, like, it gave me so much hope for things that could come. Because the way she was introduced in comics originally was she was the babysitter and the caregiver for Franklin Richards, the son of the Fantastic Four.
Right.
So it's
Reed
like,
and Sue Storm.
so you're like, can there be some sort of connection here or something? And then she moved on to become the mentor of the Scarlet Witch, which we saw a little bit of, but she kind of pulled it out of her without wanting to. And then it just kind of, she didn't really do much else. So I'm hoping for a lot of these characters, this is just the beginning of their inclusion in the universe.
And there was that wonderful tease at the very end when they showed WandaVision kind of in a Stephen Strange-esque
Yeah, the
pose,
astral
where they
projection.
show her out there, living her life, making herself a little tea, and then they show her on that little astral plane reading that book, which is giving her all sorts of crazy knowledge.
That book is what is it? The death
I can tell you.
something. I can't remember the name of it.
It is the death something. No, it's not. I'm kidding.
It is. It's
It is called the Darkhold.
Darkhold. That's what it is. And that book has all the magic spells that she needs to know.
And she is going to get it.
And she knows a lot now.
Yep, and that's a lot of the reason why they think she's going to be a villain going forward.
In my perfect world, she's the villain in the next Doctor Strange movie, where she's just tearing apart the fabric of reality, trying to bring back her kids.
Yeah, and
Doctor Strange is like, can't be doing that.
They also do make that comment that she is stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme.
They said it for a reason.
They said it, and it's like, so there's your bad guy. He's going to have to try to contend with her while I think still trying to redeem her, even though if you look at the way Doctor Strange has been, he doesn't care about other people. All he cared about was the Time Stone. And now That's not in play anymore. So now what?
Or is it?
I don't think it is. That was his sole purpose. Protect the Time Stone.
Yeah. Well, he has it back now.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
No.
Because Captain
It
America
should.
went back in time
Yeah.
and put everything where it needs to be.
To a different reality. You remember the discussion where they say if you go back and change the past, that doesn't change your future. So those stones are in alternative timelines now. Not with Stephen Strange. Because if you look at the end, Doctor Strange is on that plane, and that stone goes to an alternative timeline.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure about that.
Because then where do you go with Doctor Strange? He's just a dude with firecracker karate.
Well, now he's going to. He does say he's the guardian of the planet, and that realm or whatever you want to call it. So I think he takes much more of a mystical defense, kind of a BPRD kind of role.
I guess, but it just doesn't have that same oomph without an
Infinity
Stone.
Stone, exactly.
Yeah, but that also adds a lot more elements to it. He can go any direction he wants. So now, obviously, I think his big thing is going to be Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
And fighting him off. And there's rumors that Agatha was working with Baron Mordo the whole time.
That's what I was hoping was going to be the big reveal. But the more and more, like, we had that conversation, and the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, nobody else is getting revealed here.
Mm-hmm.
I want Mephisto. I want Mordo. I want somebody. But it's too late in the game. This is just going to be a show-off, and Wanda's going to win, and that's going to be it.
And she won in dominating fashion, I felt.
Oh, yeah.
I really loved her little rope-a-dope there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great way to finish off Agatha and not kill her and say, all right, I know where to find you. I'm going to put this hex on you, and this is what you're going to think, and that's pretty much it. And I'll come back and find you when I need you. And she wouldn't have said that if it wasn't going to set up her needing her at some point.
She's not going to say, I'm going to come back when I need you, and then just never go back.
Right.
Marvel has too much foresight to kind of set up something like that.
Right.
So let me ask you boys something here.
You
We'll start with you,
foresight,
Ryan.
You ask me.
What was your favorite decade? What was your favorite show portrayal in this season?
To be quite honest, I didn't care for any of the old stuff.
What?
I'm not a fan.
What about even the
old.
newer stuff? Because they came up to current day. Is there anything?
I didn't even know what that was. Whatever current day was supposed to be. Whatever.
Malcolm in the Middle.
There's Malcolm in the Middle and Modern Family.
Yep.
Was it Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, that was the Halloween one.
Okay.
That was my favorite one. Was the Malcolm in the Middle one?
I was gonna say I thought that's what it was, but the song was different. So
yeah, well, I don't think they have the rights to the song, but
right.
Yeah,
but they had the same font. That's for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. Is that Malcolm in the Middle? I think so, but
my
it's not
favorite
the same song. I don't know.
One was probably the 50s, the first one that they did.
Yeah,
I thought that was
really
a lot
good
of fun to see them in those different arcs, but to see my favorite era was when he touched that guy and he's like, "She's hurting us, man. Let us go, please."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh my god, this is intense."
On that last episode, when she's like, "Wanda, can you let my little girl out of her room?" I'm
Please.
like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
There are real
that really did a
consequences
good
to this.
job of painting her as a villain.
Just embrace it, Marvel.
No, but not all villains. I mean, think about it. Loki was a villain. He's a fan favorite.
We can bring him back. We can bring her back around eventually.
She's going to have
Let
a
her
nice,
unleash hell for a little bit.
nice long. Well, at the end, in that time where she's in that little astral Indian style, seat, you hear the children.
Mm-hmm.
So there's rumors that Mephisto has the children now, and that she's trying to find a way to get her children back somehow.
She don't have to go to the hell dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I don't know why you guys got your hopes up. It's not going to happen.
I know it's going to end up being like,
They're
oh, I
going
could
to crush you
conjure
with
him
something
back.
dumb, and that's it. That's honestly why after this I don't even care about the MCU. I have no hope.
Well, you're going to be bored on the podcast. We're going to be talking about it.
I mean,
quite a
don't get me
bit.
wrong. I will watch and still do things, but to me, it's just like,
But I'm not going to like it.
yeah.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm not excited anymore.
So okay,
Like you had a bunch of opportunities to do something great with this, to kind of as it was supposed to shape the MCU.
yeah.
If this is what the MCU is, it's flat for me.
Well, here's the thing too. Marvel's very good at constraining themselves so they don't give away too much too fast. Whereas DC is just like, here's everything you like from the comics.
Weird, but I mean, you left a lot of setup, like I said, on the table. Like you left Magneto, like not being a thing.
Well, you never know that because she now in this multiverse, which I know everybody's putting a lot of eggs in this basket. There's an opportunity where she can go to a multiverse and see a Magneto as her father,
a fully fleshed Magneto. And does Magneto need to be your father in this story? I don't think so.
I don't think they're really worried about that because look at what they did with Hela. She's supposed to be Loki's daughter.
Yeah,
and in this, she's Thor's sister.
Of all the things that are,
like I said,
okay.
the way they take the MCU and just make it whatever I want it.
Honestly, of all the things that are cool about Magneto, being Scarlet Witch's dad is probably the last thing on the list for me.
That's true.
So you make him cool in all those 10 other ways,
right?
I'm good with that.
Personally, that in that scenario, which I think you're absolutely right, you're playing it up as the biggest, coolest part about Magneto is him meeting Scarlet Witch and knowing he's her father. There's so much more.
But I'm just not even saying necessarily that, but that makes a good introduction of the X-Men. Like you said, everyone's upset with her at the end of that, too. Just like in the time where mutants, no one likes mutants. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And she's supposed to be a mutant rather than a witch that was, experimented on by Hydra. I mean, for me, there's a lot more that could have went on.
But they're also trying to correct because they didn't have the rights to mutants when she was introduced.
And I get that. I understand. That's what I'm saying.
So they have to pivot.
That's what I'm saying is this was a perfect opportunity to kind of merge some of that in there.
But see, that's the other point, though, is that, to Mark's point, you don't want the same exact comic page just put in front of you in movie form. That's boring. So they want to keep us guessing. They want to have us see how these stories develop and not be reading a book we've already read. They want us to see something that's going to surprise us and take us in new directions. It's taken me a long time to want to embrace that, especially when it comes to Thor Ragnarok, as we've talked about at exhaustion on this. I hated it because I was like, Ragnarok is so cool, man! But at the same time, they've had some other moments that I didn't see coming that I really appreciated because I didn't see them coming.
Yeah, I'm glad Infinity War wasn't a direct adaptation because I would have seen every single thing coming. And I love the comic version of it and I love the movie version of it. So it's two things that I love in different ways. I know there's got to be this grand plan for X-Men. We may not see it for 10 years, but it's going to be good when it happens.
See, for me, that's too long.
I know, but we got a lot of other stuff to get to first. We got Fantastic Four stuff. We have all this alternate dimension stuff that we can get into.
Yeah,
there are things coming. We have all the Defenders back.
Who are the Defenders?
Daredevil, Luke Cage.
See, I give a shit about none
Iron
of them.
Man, Daredevil.
You don't like Daredevil, man? Punisher?
I don't know.
John Barenthal, Punisher?
Yeah.
Punisher.
Let's see.
I could get down with the Punisher.
Here's the thing. Those characters, whether you care about them coming in or not.
I mean, I get it. I'm not.
They're icons,
most important
man.
in the world.
Yeah.
So.
There are some people out there that saw that they might get a true blue Iron Fist and Luke Cage partnership and lost their shit.
Yeah.
So, and who's to say we don't watch it and feel the same way? Yeah. I didn't think Charlie Cox was going to be worth a damn as Daredevil. I was like, I don't really care. And I was so happy to be proven 100% wrong. I thought...
Same thing with...
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're also talking two different worlds now, too.
Yeah,
though.
but I'm like, the girl that's on that sitcom that I don't watch, the B in Apartment 23, I'm like, why is she a superhero?
Yeah.
I love that show. I love the first season of Jessica Jones.
Season 1, to me, was on par with any of the Defender seasons.
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean, that's different, though, when there's a season based on one specific person versus this whole MCU. If the WandaVision would have been a 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie, to me, it would have been trash. And that's kind of because I watched them in succession. That's almost kind of how it felt with sitting through a movie that I didn't care for at all.
See, that's the thing too. You gunshotted this 6 hours of WandaVision.
Actually, it was only 2.5. I think I had
because they're 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, about
piece.
30, 40 minutes a piece. So
yeah.
The last one was 50 minutes.
Yeah, so it was maybe 3 hours or so.
Yeah.
I think the whole
Sunday
series
afternoon.
together is probably 4 hours.
Exactly. So, and I had already watched the first hour of it. So it just seemed to me almost like a really long movie.
Yeah.
But like I said, a really
But I think the anticipation added to a lot of the enjoyment for me, too.
Same.
The week-to-week stuff.
Same.
See, if I would have watched this week to week, I don't think I would have enjoyed it. I think I would have it would have got around to the point where probably episode 5 or 6 and I'd be like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the future of the MCU and you not being excited. Were you a fan of Winter Soldier?
A little bit.
A little. That's probably my favorite MCU movie.
Really?
I mean, when he was the Winter Soldier, and he had the thing going, let's just kill shit, I liked him. But then
they added some depth to character.
Don't give him some character development.
Yeah, no. Don't make him a bad guy. Just make him a fucking killing machine, and I'm all about it.
Well, because we're 2 weeks away from Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is going to be a grounded espionage buddy cop kind of thing. I'm really excited for it. You are not excited for it whatsoever?
I don't really care too much for the Falcon. I've already stated that before. I mean,
Anthony Mackie is the most likable man in Hollywood.
But he's cool. I do like Anthony Mackie. I'm just... He flies around.
Are you like
jetpack,
Falcon's
bro.
lame?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't give him real powers. He flies around in a jetpack, bro.
Well, they also gave him that military expertise, and the
Yeah.
only thing he doesn't have that Captain America has is the super soldier serum.
Exactly.
He's got the tactical mind.
Do you think they'll find a way to get him something like that to make him a little bit more interesting and more of a threat?
Here's the thing.
Put it this way. Could Anthony Mackie, as the Falcon, just jump out of a helicopter and be like, did he just jump without a chute? Yes, he did.
Yeah, he can. He's got the thing on his back.
Without flying. That's my point.
So this is my question to you. Which heroes are more appealing to you? The ones that have the superheroes and can kick somebody through a wall and jump 50 feet, or some that are going in knowing there's a real cost on the line?
See, here's the thing, though, is that you and I both know that those basic people, they're never going to really kill. Hawkeye probably should have been dead way long time ago.
Oh, he don't die.
You know
soon.
what I mean?
Like it's coming.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the normal person who's a normal person, I respect it, but
if you're true to Hawkeye, that's not true.
They're not gonna.
He lives through a lot of stuff. He's
exactly.
Like a
well, yeah.
See, and that's the thing is like those are the people that you're kind of like, all right, this person's not gonna.
See, I like the underdog.
So there
heroes.
really is no
threat.
Threat of them dying there, because 9 times out of 10, we all know you're not gonna kill off that character.
But there's always that chance, that opportunity. That's one of the things I love about Hawkeye is, yeah, sure, he may not have the powers like Captain Marvel that could fly through Thanos' spaceship and destroy it, but when you look at some of the major comic story arcs like Old Man Logan, where the world has been taken over, who's still alive? Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. And the Ultimate Ultron, where he's taken over the world, who's the one hero still alive messing with him because he's unpredictable?
See, and
Hawkeye.
Just like you're talking about comic books versus what the MCU is going to do. Right. But they're not. I mean, I watch a superhero movie to see superheroes.
Who got buried underneath that building and still came out with the Infinity Gauntlet?
That's true.
Hawkeye. But like, see, and then my point is, he's not going to die. So there isn't.
But I look at like a Captain Marvel who can in the MCU who can fly through anything, who can beat anybody, who can do anything, who can recover from anything, and I'm like, that's not interesting. Because she just shows up, flies through a spaceship. Hey guys, I got this. Here you go. Boom, boom. There you go. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Same reason I'm not a Superman fan. Why I'm a Batman fan over a Superman fan. Because Superman just comes in, he can do anything he wants, boom, 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 he's done.
But let's be honest.
Batman's an uphill battle.
And that whole last series, no one was really fucking up anybody till Thanos snapped them all away. You know what I mean? So there was...
Well, yeah, but then when they went to undo it, Captain Marvel shows up and starts tearing ass.
Well, that's my point, is that none of those superheroes in the entire movie were really getting got. You know what I mean?
Because it was an uphill battle.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm lost here a little bit. Are we talking about the first fight with Iron Man, the Guardians, and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange against Thanos?
No, I'm saying pretty much in general. Like, he's saying he doesn't like to watch them because they're boring. Thanos was the only threat that they had. You know what I mean? So that fight was interesting, and I get that. But when he snapped them all away, that's all it took. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't...
Yeah, because he's the more powerful being.
Like, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Think of Infinity War. Think of that fight where it's Spider-Man, Peter Quill, Iron Man,
Drax,
and they're all trying to take down Thanos. That's a super interesting fight to me because they're all trying to like choreograph how to get this thing off of his arm. And I think that's interesting because Captain Marvel can just come in, fucking shoot through him, take it off them, blah, 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 you're done.
And this is another part about that is that you know that your team, that the namesake of this entire series is not together. And that if there is a chance, it's with Cap, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, all the big hitters, maybe that's a fight, but there's been that engagement set up by 4 or 5 movies at this point. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Thanos is the big bad. You need the whole team. You need a Thor in that fight. Mm-hmm. If you don't have one, your chances of winning are exactly what they were. And it was everything that all these super powerful guys threw at him. He was able to use the gauntlet and his own abilities to just push right through. And that gives a sense of hopelessness that you never have in the Avengers movies. In Age of Ultron, they've always got a dog in the fight. They've got a plan. They know what they're going to do. They're going to show up to Sokovia. Not only are they going to stop the falling continent, but they're going to beat the army of Ultrons. And they're going into New York. They're finally going to come together. They're all there. They go to New York. They call out the plan. They execute it. And the only real threat that's hurting them is the World Security Council sending that nuke to New York. That's the big threat, other than the fact that they've come together and start tearing ass through all these aliens. And in Infinity War, that's the different part. They've always had an answer. They've always had something they can do. And then you see the most powerful Avenger at the very beginning on his back, knocked out, taken care of, being dragged around and being told, hey, man, I know what it's like to get your ass whooped. And you're like, oh, my God, that's Thor. And not only that, then you say, God, if Thor is beat up, who could take him? The Hulk. Who shows up? The Hulk. And he gets absolutely roundhoused.
Fucking MMA'd into
so bad that he doesn't even want to come out anymore.
But see, and that's where where the MCU takes their liberties, because...
Well, that's not really a liberty to me, because Hulk and Banner don't get along. And Hulk's point of view there is, no, you either want me out, and I'm out.
Just wipe the floor with them. It wouldn't happen.
It does happen.
I think it would happen.
I thought there was 2 people that
especially if he has a power stone.
One was the Hulk, and the other one was,
So you're right, but you're talking about a differently evolved Hulk. You're talking about a world breaker Hulk that's gone through quite a bit. This is kind of a brand new Hulk.
Yeah.
And this is one where they're not on the same page. Hulk hasn't really had a time to show that true power where he really can exert himself and have that moment where he gets stronger and bigger. And then the next time we see him, he's Professor Hulk. Yeah. But
another thing I hated about that.
But see, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about is like Hulk is one-dimensional. He turns green, he gets angry, he fights.
Hulk smash.
After a while, that's boring. Because you know what's going to happen. Sure, it might look cool on the screen. There might be a pretty cool CGI fight. But one of your biggest Avengers has never had really good solo success because you know he's going to turn green, he's going to get huge, and he's going to fight. Now, he can talk. He's articulate.
I love that.
He's smart. He's interacting. He's wearing shirts, for God's sakes, as he says in the movie. I like to see that different side of it. I want to see where that character can go, because now to me, what's to say that Hulk body is there, but what's to say that Hulk persona doesn't come back and there's a struggle there? Then you'll see that world breaker Hulk.
See, that's when things start getting interesting.
Like you said, that's so far down the line. There's no Joe Fix-It. There's no Hulk and
we're looking at the long game.
Finally split. Like
there's
a lot
10 more years of Hulk.
With the Hulk. But,
well, that's the thing.
That's the thing. You want it all now, but you're like,
I don't necessarily want it all now. I think they did some things too quickly, and then some things. Let's be completely honest. The MCU, a lot of it was rushed because people didn't want to do it anymore.
Like who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but he also was looking at the full playbook and said, okay, when we get here to Endgame, I'll be done. They don't rush production on it because he can see the end of the tunnel. He's also said, probably teasing in a couple interviews, that he wouldn't mind coming back.
That's not what I've heard. I heard that was one of the reasons why.
I mean, he did it for 10 years.
The way
right, and he's still in every interview is happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
He's been in, he was even in the Chef Show talking about Marvel and talking about stuff like that.
Well, see, like what we were talking about earlier is my biggest concern for Justice League that's coming out next week, which I'm sure we're going to talk about. But
are all 7 parts coming out next week?
Yes. Okay, so what happened was they were going to release 6 parts as a miniseries, and then the lawyers went, wait a minute, that violates all the actors' contracts. So if you release it as a miniseries, we have to pay them as if it's a miniseries. And they went, oh, never mind.
It's
going to be a movie
again.
Just a really, really, really long movie.
That's awesome. Thank you, lawyers.
So what's going to happen is, I guarantee at some point, Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash, Batman, and Wonder Woman are getting their ass kicked, and then Superman's going to show up out of nowhere and just beat that guy's ass.
I hope you're wrong.
And it's going to be like, well, you obviously don't need the other 5 people if Superman just shows up at the end and defeats the villain by himself. Which is why what DC's
see, now that's why I hate DC. Like,
but see, that's Superman true to Superman. You don't like Hulk because he was doing something different, but Superman was true to Superman.
Well, no,
you didn't like that either.
I mean, I understand what he's saying, but like Superman is, unless you got kryptonite in your pocket, anybody, like, you can't beat Superman.
But that's the thing. Like, if you can't beat him, then it's not interesting because there's no implied danger.
There's no doom. There's no...
Yeah. It's just like, if you're seeing a fight with those 5 people and you're like, Superman's going to show up and just save the day.
Yeah,
and
but
it
I'm
happens
saying,
9 out of 10 times.
There's big bads that are stronger than a lot of the things in Marvel Universe and a lot of those characters that
and
they can take on.
And they are still set up to show up. And I think it's that Marvel's playing the long game.
Yeah. We got 20, 30 more years of this stuff, at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll have a whole decade of X-Men
And Chris
stuff.
Hemsworth has already said, I want to play Thor as long as you'll let me.
Old man Thor.
I would watch that.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. We have a whole
the
slew
role of Chris Hemsworth
Deadpool
is
shit.
now Odin.
Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds being the highest paid actor in the MCU.
You know there's a decade coming out of that, and we got 3-4 more Deadpool movies coming out.
We've got more Deadpool movies. We've got X-Men. We've got Fantastic Four. We've got another...
Jessica Alba.
No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be John Krasinski and his wife.
Oh, please, God, yes,
You
please.
bring back Jessica Alba.
Bring her back as like an attorney,
Yeah.
not Sue Storm.
She's invisible, so you can't tell.
There you go.
Yeah.
She'll be there.
Just make her get naked so she
spirit
can get
and
naked.
voice.
Oh, gosh. This guy. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for listening, everybody. That was another informative episode of Alter Ego Podcast.
Was it?
Check us out wherever the hell you want to, because we love you. It's a podcast, whatever. I don't know.